with the Baltimore Ravens. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Right to the 3. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son.
On first down, it's Newton. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. Chris Hogan, 49 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10. Their own 20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at the 20. From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Off the edge, Mario Addison gets the sack. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram taking it in. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Forced out to his left. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Let's be be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. To throw is Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because they're
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Being chased out left. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Newton. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Willie Henry picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter play. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. But likely not for long, as they're in punt formation to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, the return is Jones. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, 27 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
From the 41, Newton steps away to his left. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the 50, Newton. Flushed out right. Pass incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. But it's going to be second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Rolling to his right. And that's incomplete.
Newton on the keeper. Incomplete on the throwaway. It's now fourth down.
On now, Graham Gano. He's hit from 63 as recently as last year. And, folks, this is a 67-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. Escaping the pressure right. That is incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
On third down, Jackson. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
And a Raven first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Brian Burns in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be fourth down. So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. This from 42 yards out. Tucker's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with
Chris Hogan, the 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Carolina. Chris Hogan, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch QB draw.
Jackson on first down. This one complete to Ingram.
Jackson's pass complete to
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
out of bounds at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Come on,
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. The dump off good for 8 there on first down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
23 yards the pickup there.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Ready! Ready! What we got? What we got? What we got? Ready!
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's...
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick on Wassor. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 25 yards that time. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions, because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Snags it for the pick.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An ideal beginning of the drive there, as they'll get 20 and a first down. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. From the gun, here's Newton. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. On 2nd and 10, Newton looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now Newton looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 46. Jackson now. Flushed out right. And his throw here is incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw again on second down. Jackson. That's caught left side by the tight end Boyle. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now the pass brought in by Roberts. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Oh, no, he lost the football. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Jackson, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Ravens will add on to their lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run. You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he? Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Out of the gun, Newton buying time to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now a pass complete to Hogan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. He sets to fire deep, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Newton. He'll buy some time right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Now Jackson on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 98 yards. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Now Newton will bring the Panthers up to go for 2. Now it's Newton. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson forced out to his left. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Rolling to his right. And avoids the contact by sliding. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Now Newton. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Brandon Carr. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll roll him out right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram there, and it's second down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's got it. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They come out here in the eye. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Meeting the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's the fullback. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. And it's a fumble. And he'll advance no further, so he can't bring it back for 2, but the extra point attempt is unsuccessful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Here we go. Gun. Gun. Watch the pass. That's rock now. Get it.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Two times. 3 down.
Newton now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another